Hey, beautiful people, how are we doing today? It is time for the Raggedy Business Report right here on Rich Black Woman TV. I am so honored and humbled to be coming to you today to give this Raggedy Business Report on Rich Black Woman TV. For those who do not know me, I am Candice Washington, also known as the Client Curator, and I'm just going to keep it real with y'all today. It's been a long time since I've done a Raggedy Business Report. Historically, they have been hosted on my Instagram page and my Facebook page, and I work with Felicia. That's my girl, Felicia Kelly, CEO of Rich Black Brand Inc., which is the parent company to Rich Black Woman TV. That's my right hand. I'm her right hand. We work together. We build together. We go out and transform lives together. This is just what we do. Everything we do is about partnership and making Black women better, Black people better, increasing knowledge and all of that good stuff. And so we were talking a little while ago and she was like, well, why don't you bring the Raggedy Business Report back and host it on Rich Black Woman TV? And I was like, you know what? That's a bet. So here I am. It is so nice to be with you all. For those who are new to me, I thank you for tuning in. I hope that you hang out a little bit. It's going to be fun because those who have watched the Raggedy Business Report before know how we get down. We have a good time. It's a little bit of tea with a little bit of strategy, and it's just a good time. So before I get into it too far, go ahead and check the tech for me. I want to make sure that y'all can hear me okay, that y'all can see me okay, because baby, this is a good Raggedy story for today, and I don't want y'all to miss anything. So I see people commenting, hey, I thank y'all for tuning in. Listen, I'm real high energy if y'all can't tell. I'm also known to snatch edges just like Felicia. Now, I might not snatch them as much as Felicia snatches them, but I will snatch some edges. So if you want to, go ahead and tie yours down, because ain't no telling what we gonna get into today, right? So yes, a good Raggedy story. Hey, thank y'all so much. Build with Aaron, thank you for tuning in. I think I saw Shauna on here. Thank you for tuning in. This is great. I'm so excited. So what we're going to do is every other week, you're going to get your girl. I'm going to be here giving you a new Raggedy Business Report, a new Raggedy story. And for those, again, who have watched the Raggedy Business Report in the past, it's strictly been focused on business. Experiences that primarily I have had while doing business with other businesses, just in the course of everyday life. But I'm going to be expanding it because Raggedy Business isn't just about business. You can be raggedy in how you operate in your life. You can be raggedy in how you operate in your relationships. Raggedy is just raggedy, and we don't like it. We don't enjoy it, right? And so we will be expanding the Raggedy Business Report to include more than just raggedy business. So I thank y'all for tuning in. It's gonna be good. I'm so excited. It's been a minute since I've done a Raggedy Business Report, and I'm so excited. Who don't like a little bit of tea? And I'm not talking about the kind that you sip, the kind that you drink. I mean, we all like a little tea, right? A little gossip. You right, Bill with Aaron. Raggedy is raggedy, period. And if you are raggedy in your life, you probably raggedy in your business. How you operate in your life is going to reflect in how you operate in your business. How you treat people in your life is going to reflect in how you treat your clients and customers, right? So raggedy is raggedy, and I'm equal opportunity, okay? Anybody can get it on here. I don't care if I like you, love you, you have a business, anybody can get it on here. Now, what I typically do is I typically do not disclose the name of the business that I am reporting on. That has, that can change. I know another Raggedy Business Report, maybe the next one in 2 weeks, I am going to disclose the name of the company because I've already posted about it. So there's no secret. Typically, I don't. But if the Lord gives me license to go ahead and share the name of the company, I will. But typically, I don't. So let's see. We're going to get into the Raggedy Business Report for today. So, y'all ready? Let me see. Okay, Rich Black Brand said, how you treat people is just how you are, period. Okay? So, y'all ready for today? Y'all ready for the Raggedy Business Report? It's a whole lot of words to say Raggedy Business Report. Oh, and since I did my last Raggedy Business Report, we do own the trademark now for the Raggedy Business Report. Go ahead and big ups to that. Thank you so much. God is good, y'all. We out here. It's all about ownership, right? That's what we here for. It's all about ownership. So we do own that trademark now. So grateful for it. So, all right. Carter's Crafty Concepts, that's Janae. She says she ready. I hope the rest of y'all ready. So we gonna get into it. Okay, so, oh, Bill and Aaron said this her first report. Yeah, girl. Okay, so we gonna get into it. Okay, so for those who have followed Felicia Kelly for any length of time, you know that now we're heavy into events. So all of the events that Rich Black Brand is doing, that Rich Black Woman is doing, the meetups, the tour, the Rich Black Woman Sunday tour, all of that, I curate those events. And so I am the one that's behind the scenes that's basically putting the events together for y'all to make sure that when you show up, we have shown up, right? To make sure that everything is what it needs to be. So that started before the Rich Black Woman Sunday. That started a couple of years ago, actually, with Bank Statement Weekend. So if you follow Felicia for any length of time, Bank Statement Weekend was an annual event that she did. And I started doing that event for her in 2020. So we're going to talk about 2021 Bank Statement Weekend, okay? That just happened in November of 2021. So me doing what I do, I'm all about experiences. Everything I do pertains to experience. Experiences are important to me, and they should be important to you too, because how someone experiences you determines what they choose to do with you, how they choose to interact with you, how they choose to move forward with you in life, in business, and whatever. So I'm the experience queen. Experience matters. And so you can't create an awesome experience if you're doing everything at the last minute, right? So I'm a planner. I like to plan things out, have things set up, just, making sure that all the ducks are in a row, everything is planned for. So Bank Statement Weekend was first weekend in November 2021. We start reaching out to hotels, and probably in January of 2021, putting RFPs out there, talking to hotels, doing blase, doing all the stuff, because this was a huge event, right? So, and people that were there know. So we started reaching out to hotels. We settled on one hotel. It was beautiful. Went there, did a site visit. Everything was copacetic, right? It was a beautiful hotel. The people, we thought at the time, wonderful, everything, right? So we go through negotiations, get everything squared away. We signed a contract for Bank Statement Weekend at this particular hotel in March, at the end of March 2021. So, cool. We negotiated, got everything where we wanted it to be. There was a payment schedule in the contract, and the payments were set to be auto-drafted according to the payment schedule in the contract. So, again, everything, none of this was a surprise to us because we agreed on this. We got the contract, reviewed it, all of that. Everything was good. We submitted everything this hotel asked for when it came to payment information. We gave them the credit card authorization form. Everything that they asked for, we gave them. So this is end of March, early April. Okay, good. We move forward with continuing to plan the event. Got the hotel location squared away, contract signed, everything's good. We move forward with marketing and planning and all of the other things. So about a month before the event, I reach out to the hotel to say, hey, this is where we are with our attendee numbers, because, we know that you are about to start preparing your staff and determining staffing and how many people you need on site for the number of days and, all of this. And so our attendee numbers at this point in time are less than we projected. Just wanted to give you a heads up, yada, yada, yada. Also told them we'd love to discuss with you how we can mitigate any potential loss you may incur. Because again, we're a month out. Ticket sales are still open. People are still purchasing tickets. And so we don't know what the final numbers are but we know what they are right now. And so, we just want to be upfront and honest and say, hey, this is where it's at. Wanted to talk to them about how we could help them mitigate any potential loss they may suffer. They weren't interested. Okay, that's unfortunate, but I mean, we can't make you, so okay, that's cool. Instead of wanting to work with us and have conversation with us about how to mitigate any loss that they may incur, they instead try to hold us to terms that are in their standard contract, but were not in the contract that we signed. So the woman spent a whole afternoon going back and forth with me, and I'm like, I'm not seeing this in our contract. Can you please tell me where it says X, Y, and Z that you keep referring to? Because this is not in our contract. I have our contract that we signed. So then at the end of the day, after going back and forth, and she saw that she wasn't going to be able to pull the wool over my eyes, then she admits, oh, well, that's in our standard contract. Okay, man, well, with all due respect, you can't hold us to terms that are not in the contract we signed. I don't care what's in your standard contract. It's not in the contract we signed. So, sorry, nice try, but I'm not dumb, and this is not my first rodeo. Okay, so that's how that played out. But then here's where it gets good. Then she also informed me, again, mind you, this is a month before the event. She informed me, oh, by the way, we've received no payments on your contract. Well, why not? You all had everything that you needed. We submitted everything that you sent us to submit. We filled out all the forms and paperwork that you requested from us. And you were supposed to auto draft the payments according to the payment schedule in the contract. So why didn't you do what you were supposed to do? So, long story short, they were trying to make us make 6 months worth of payments in 1 month. They were telling us they needed the total amount that they should have been taking over the past 6 months before we could have the event there in 1 month. 6 months, it was almost $40,000. So you want us to pay you $40,000 in a month because you didn't do what you were supposed to do for 6 months? Nah, that's not in our budget. I mean, that's not in our budget. So we go round and round with them for weeks. And people that were at bank statement last year in November, we haven't told this story, but there's a whole lot that we don't tell and we don't share. But, you know, I talked to Felicia before this and she was like, hey, it is what it is. This is what happened. So we went round and round with this hotel for weeks. We were able to agree to a payment schedule with them. And we signed an addendum to the contract with the new payment schedule and amounts and all of this. Again, gave them everything that they needed in terms of how to take payment, account information, all of that, right? So then they were supposed to take payment on a Tuesday. And I checked with Felicia at the end of the day on Tuesday. I said, hey, did they take that payment today? She said no. And so I said, okay. On Wednesday, I said, okay, maybe it just hadn't gone through, you know, transactions cleared in the middle of the night. So maybe it just hadn't gone through yet. So on Wednesday morning, I said, hey, did they take that payment? She looked in the account. Nope. So I reached out to the hotel again and I said, hey, just following up because you guys were so insistent on getting paid. And I understand, you know, but you were so insistent on getting paid and you were supposed to take payment yesterday and you didn't. What's up? Like, what's up? Do y'all want the money? Y'all seem like y'all want the money. But I really can't tell because y'all ain't been taking the money for 6 months. And now we gave you all of the information that you needed to take payment again. And you still haven't taken it. What's up? Long story short. Yes, but wait, there's more. So when it was all said and done, here's the kicker. Because they didn't take payment after we agreed to a new payment schedule. Because they didn't take the payment. And I followed up to say, hey, what's up? Why didn't y'all take the payment? They accused us of not paying and they canceled the event. They canceled our event at their hotel 2 weeks before our event. 2 weeks. We've been working with, and so this was middle of October. We've been working with this hotel since February, March, and they canceled the event 2 weeks because they didn't take payment. So, that's the Raggedy Business Report for today. Raggedy, raggedy, raggedy. So, of course, like I said, I don't just leave you with the tea. I'm going to give you some things that you can do in your business to make sure that you're not operating like this. Because the thing about the Raggedy Business Report, it's not saying that the business as a whole is raggedy, but it is highlighting raggedy business practices and raggedy experiences that you're creating for your clients and customers that, if left unchecked, can turn your entire business raggedy. And that's what we want to prevent. So I don't ever just leave you with the story and be like, all right, bet, I'll see you next time. I want to give you some things to do in your company to make sure that you are not providing these kinds of experiences for your clients and customers, right? So Rich Black Brand said, and I believe that's Felicia, they didn't care to communicate. Communication is the number one. That's everything. So much can be avoided with proper and consistent communication. That is a problem that we have in this world, in this country, in our society, in our community, in our culture. Communication. We do not communicate. So many misunderstandings can be avoided. So many negative experiences can be avoided. So much clarity can be provided if we communicate. But when you don't communicate, you leave room for anything to happen. Like I often say, most people are reasonable people. But when you do not communicate with them, you take away their ability to be reasonable because they don't know what the heck is going on. Right? So this company, this hotel did not communicate with us for all these months, because that's the other thing. At no point between when we signed the contract and when I reached out to them to update them on our attendee numbers, had they reached out to say, hey, just checking in, a payment was due. We didn't get this payment. We didn't receive. There was nothing. It was radio silence. So communication, I'll start there since Felicia put that out there. So here are some of the lessons, some of the key takeaways for us. It was a lesson for us. I will be honest and say this was a lesson for us because we relied on this company, this business, to do what they said they were going to do per the terms of the contract. I struggle sometimes with feeling like I have to run behind people to make sure that they're doing their job, because that's not my job to run behind you to make sure you're doing yours. But what we learned in this situation is that we do need to be a lot more on top of it when it comes to things like this. And so the lesson for us was making sure that we have a schedule to make sure that we are checking our accounts payable, to make sure that when debits are supposed to be coming out of the account, they are actually being taken out of the account. Because had we gone behind and made sure that the money was coming out, then maybe some of this could have been avoided. So that was a lesson for us. You know, we own that. You know, we told the hotel, you know what? We didn't feel it necessary to go behind you to make sure that y'all were doing what y'all needed to do. But that is something as a business we should be doing, is checking our accounts payable. So that is something for you. If you have a business, to make sure that you are checking to make sure the things that are supposed to be being paid for are actually being paid for. All right. On the flip side, we would have been doing business with a bad company. Absolutely. Because in the end, they're raggedy. And if this is how they operate, if this is how they treat people, we're not the only ones that they treated like this, I'm sure. Right. And it's very unfortunate, but here we are. So here's some things that they could have done, that they should have done. They should have a schedule for checking their accounts receivable. They should have a report, a consistent report to say, okay, this is where the balance is on this contract. This is what the balance due is on this account. What reports did they not have? Who was not looking at our account to say, okay, we haven't received any payments? Clearly, no one was looking at that report. If there was a report, clearly no one was doing that sort of balance adjustment and balance checking to make sure that all of the things on their books were being paid towards. Because had that been done, then someone likely would have reached out to us to say, hey, this payment was due on such and such date and we didn't receive it. And we could have attended to that at that time. The second thing is take ownership, period. When you drop the ball, pick it up. It is not your client's responsibility and your customer's responsibility to fix what you messed up. You may take an L. But weigh the cost of taking an L versus the cost of bad publicity. Because those who have been connected to Felicia for any length of time, those who've been connected with me, you know what hotel I'm talking about, because we marketed Bank Statement Weekend was going to be hosted at this hotel. So This is bad publicity, right? And in the days and times of social media, people will blast you quickly. People with a lot of followers, even people that don't have a lot of followers, but they will put something out there and there's no telling when something is going to go viral. I am a living witness to that because I posted something on TikTok a couple of weeks ago and it took off and I freaked out. I was like, how did this happen? Stuff like that happens. So is the cost of the bad publicity more than the cost of you taking an L or vice versa? It's something you should think about. It is very, very, very improper and bad business to try to force a client or a customer to fix something you messed up. It was not our responsibility to make sure that they received all the money that they should have been taking in the past 6 months within 30 days when they are the reason they didn't receive it. Right? Because again, remember what I said, after we negotiated another payment schedule with them and all of that, they still didn't take the money. Right? So something is off with their systems and their processes and their procedures, and they really need to hire me, truth be told, but I don't even know if I would work with them because all money isn't good money. And I saw the character of the people that work at that hotel. They have bad character. They have no integrity because they tried to force us to fix what they messed up. And that is never something that you do with a client or a customer. That was not our mess up to fix. It was theirs. So situations like this may cause you to have to step away from your traditional processes, but you can't tell your client, well, that's not our process when you didn't follow your process to begin with. You can't have it both ways. That is hypocritical. That is hypocrite 101. How you gonna tell me that's not your process, but you didn't even follow your process? It was your contract and you didn't even adhere to the contract you wrote. I ain't trying to hear nothing about process. It's your responsibility. It's incumbent upon you to fix it. That's just how you take ownership. Sometimes you're going to have to fall on your sword. Period. And as a business owner, that just comes with the territory. You're not going to get it right 100% of the time. But the goal is to get it right as much as you can. And when you don't, to just take it and fix it in a way that not only salvages the relationship, because now they've messed up a relationship, that not only salvages a relationship, but restructures the experience. They could have salvaged it because when all of this started, when I reached out to them about mitigating the loss that they may incur, we were ready to book another event for this hotel for this year. That was one of our suggestions. We're going on this tour this year, which we are on the Rich Black Woman Sunday Tour. Meet us in Chicago, meet us in New York. Go to shop.richblackbrand.com. But we were ready to talk about and even sign a contract to bring a tour stop back to that hotel this year. So they had an opportunity that they squandered because they were too busy and too interested in trying to point the finger at us and make us out to be the people that were in the wrong. No, you never leave your client holding the bag. They left us holding the bag. They canceled our event 2 weeks before the event. So now we're like, okay, we've sent out all this information on the event. Now we can send out information to all the attendees and, tell them that it's going to be at a new location. But where the new location going to be? In 2 weeks? In 2 weeks. And we've been working on this all year and we got to find another location in 2 weeks. And we ended up having a raggedy experience with that location as well. Not at the event. The event was great. This was after the event. That might be another Raggedy Business Report. But in 2 weeks, they left us holding the bag because they didn't care. They did not care. They were so insistent on being right. What is your need to be right costing you? And that's a life question. That's just not a business question. What is your need to be right costing you? What is it costing your relationships? What is it costing your business? What is it costing your marriage? What is it costing your children? What is it costing you? Because there is a cost. When you are so committed to being right instead of doing what is right, it's costing you. Okay? So those are the takeaways from today. Yeah, rich black woman. And it was one person. It was this one lady at this hotel. And she clearly runs the hotel. She is not the GM, but she runs him. She runs everything. And that's very unfortunate. Because she has a sort of power that she feeds off of. And the GM doesn't even have her in check. And that's very dangerous. Because she can pretty much, as we saw, do whatever she wants to. And he's going to cower to her. That's very dangerous. You the GM, and you don't have the backbone, you don't have the final say. This subordinate, because she's a subordinate to him, this subordinate is running your operation. That's a problem. That's a problem. So check your organization. Check your organizational structure in your business. Do you have a subordinate that's running things? That's a problem. Check your organizational structure in your life. Is your mother-in-law running your marriage? That's a problem. What's your organizational structure? Who's running things? Because if someone that is a subordinate is running things over the head, that's a problem. Is shopping running your life? Your need to go out and get all the designer and all the luxury? That's an organizational structure. That's the organizational structure. What is running your life? What subordinate has been placed over the head? That's a problem. Check your organizational structure. Like I said before, and like Felicia said, what I do isn't strictly to business. All of these principles apply to every area of your life. Are your children running your marriage? Organizational structure out of whack. Is your girlfriend running all your friendships with other people? Organizational structure out of whack. Right? So, let's see. That's what I got for y'all. That's the Raggedy Business. This is how we get down on the Raggedy Business Report. And like I said, for those who are familiar with the report, I'm broadening it because it's not just Raggedy Business, it's Raggedy Business. You could be raggedy to your friends. You could be raggedy to your family. It's all Raggedy Business. So, this is what we do. This is how we are going to get down. Every other Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Central. This is what we gonna do. Some good Raggedy Business for you. Some lessons and key takeaways and principles that you can apply in your life and in your business, because we gotta do better. We gotta do better. How we live, how we operate in our lives affects how we operate everywhere else in every aspect of our life, including our businesses. Felicia said, go back to the boy and girlfriends running everything. Yes. Check your organizational structure. That is your homework for the day. What is your organizational structure in your business? And be honest with yourself. What is your organizational structure in your life? As a single woman, and I'm a single woman, what is my organizational structure? Who is at the head? If you're married, what is the organizational structure in your marriage? For your family, what is the organizational structure for your family? That's your homework. Check your organizational structure, because every aspect of our lives has one. And if something is out of order, then it's time to get it in order. It's time to put it where it belongs, because whatever is supposed to be at the head needs to actually be at the head. Some of y'all have placed relationships or things or your business above God. And for me, God is the king. He's the head of my life. But some of y'all have placed things and people and relationships above the Father. That's an organizational structure that's out of whack. So it's time to get it back together. It's time to get it back in order. Yes, Felicia always says put the right players in the right position. A lot of times it's not the people, it's the seat that they're in. Are people in your life in the right seat? Are people in your business in the right seat? So I encourage you to do that homework, to make sure that everybody is and everything is where it needs to be. If it's not, it's time to switch it around. That may require some challenging conversation. It may require some uncomfortable conversation. It may require you putting your foot down. So be it. But we have to stop operating out of order. Because when we operate out of order, we open ourselves up to the enemy. We open ourselves up to attack. We open ourselves up to a lot of things. We have to stop that. All right, Sharita. Yes, amen. Amen. So I hope this was helpful. I'm so grateful again to Felicia for allowing me to bring the Raggedy Business Report to Rich Black Woman TV. We will be back on May 10th, Tuesday, May 10th. That's the next Raggedy Business Report. Go ahead and put it on your calendar because, I mean, that's how we coming, you know? Now, we really hope to meet y'all, see y'all at one of the Rich Black Woman Sunday events. We have a Rich Black Woman Sunday meetup in Philly on this Sunday, May 1st. We'll be in Chicago on Sunday, June 5th. And we'll be in Los Angeles, LA on Sunday, July 3rd. We really hope to see y'all. Go ahead and get your ticket if you haven't already, because this the kind of vibe we bring. And y'all know your girl is preparing the experience. So those of you who have been to Rich Black Woman Sunday events or Bank Statement Weekend or anything like that can already tell you that the experience is all that and then some. So if you haven't already gotten your tickets, go ahead and do that at shop.richblackbrand.com. If you would like to see previous episodes of the Raggedy Business Report, you can follow me on Instagram at I am Candice Washington. All of my Raggedy Business Reports from before are on my Instagram page. They're also on my YouTube page. So go ahead and do that. I thank y'all so much for rocking with me. And as I often say, be blessed and remember to treat people well. Have a good day, y'all.